support session for our love practice this month that is Embrace What Is. Tonight, we're going to talk specifically about romance and the romantic love because, hey, we're getting close to Valentine and there's a lot of things happening out there and a lot of struggles. Being single nowadays is not that easy. Where do we meet people? How do we communicate with people? If we meet, do we need to wear a mask? It's very complicated right now to be single and to want to open our heart to meet a partner. So the good news is there are lots of ways to do it. I've personally had lots of fun. I've been single for quite some time now. And it's very, very productive the way I do it. It's very impeccable. And you know what? I hear always people saying, well, I don't like to go online because, it's like a catalog. You're just, moving to the next one, I said, well, you got to release that attachment because truly it's what we do when we walk into a bar. You're not going to go and talk to the woman who you don't have this little, she's cute, or, I like her style or like something. And same for guys, right? We're not going to walk and start talking to a man who is not our style. So there is no judgment to have about dating online and engaging with people because, this is just the new era we're in. And of course, with what's going on in the world, right? So I want you to open your heart. And for those of you who are single, that's great. You're going to have a few tips on how to handle all of this. And for those of you who are in relationships, well, it is just as challenging because now you have to spend more time with your partner. And sometimes it was good to have the partner going off on a trip or, being in the office and now it's at home. So it's creating a lot of different dynamics in love, in romance, in relationships. And of course, it affects our business. It affects our health. So I want you to know that as a coach, and I'm going to present myself for those of you who are joining for the first time. This is Stéphanie Rottet. I am a love coach and a business coach. And here is the beautiful twist between, and I would say the beautiful dance between the two, is that if we're strong and happy and in harmony in our love life, the business goes very smooth and we're vibrant, we emanate love, we have this radiance and we're attractive. So we attract opportunities, we attract new business partners, we attract lots of beautiful things. So the key is to be happy in love, right? And we all know this, it starts with ourselves. It starts with loving ourselves because I've been single for over a year and a half now, and I have the absolute same attraction than when I was with my partner, and it was a beautiful relationship. I want you to understand that this radiance is not about loving somebody else, but it's about loving yourself. It's about really being on and being so, you have confidence. You have zazz, you have pep, you have juice, you have vitality, you have creativity. When you are in that zone, you are very attractive, all right? And yes, for those of you who are like, well, then why are you still single? That's going to be one of the things I want to share with you. Like, you don't have to settle for something less than what you want. And it is okay to have a list of things very specific that you want about the partner that you'd like to attract in your life. And so I'm in no rush to meet that partner, and possibly I have met him. I don't know. Now it's the time where you experience, you dance, and there's some adjustments, and that's the game of love, and it's like not giving up, and it's being impeccable with who we are. So I'm going to give you a few tips on that. So for those of you who are joining now, it's going to be geared not solely for singles, but if you are single, this is definitely going to help you because I'm going to talk about the online dating and the dance and the sexuality. How do you live this as a woman or as a man who is single? How do you actually express your sexuality? And I won't have a chance to go in all of those details in this 10-15 minutes, but those of you who are interested, email me at joinus@worldinlightpartners.com, and I will let you know I'm doing regular Zoom calls and meetings with women only, with men only, with a mix, and it's about singles, it's about relationships, it's about couples. So there are different groups that you can join, and it's fun, and you meet people too, right? It's almost like I'm becoming this agency to match people. But at least we all know that those who are joining those events, they are all in love to start with, and they understand it's about them, because otherwise they would not be around me, because I always talk about this. It starts with us. All right, so enough talk. Let's really go into the online dating. The first thing that is very important is, one, put some pictures of you and not 10 years before. Like, you know, we are all very kings and queens of the selfies nowadays. So please be honest and be you. Don't try to show the picture where you were like 10 kilos less. And of course, there has been the confinements, and many people have like put on lots of weight for whatever reason. You know, why don't we take care of ourselves? Why do we stop the gym? Why don't we take good care of ourselves? Why do we stop, right? Why do we binge on food and or alcohol or stuff? So again, this is the lack of love, right? This is not, when we are fully in love, we're not binging into those type of things that we know are actually not supporting our health, not supporting our light. So on one side, we want to be vibrant and attractive, and on the other side, we're destroying it, right? And this is something I can talk as well. And I do talk a lot during those events where we meet with singles or people who want to be in a harmonious relationship, is how we sabotage it, right? So we may have found this perfect partner that is coming our way, but I mean, perfect doesn't mean he has all of the list. Perfect means he's open to see what's not matching the list and is important to him. Because now we're not trying to be somebody else to please somebody else, because otherwise that's the nightmare, right? And we know we chase the natural and it comes back right there, right? So it's really about being relaxed about it. You're just, it's a game. It's a love game, but it's a game that you're not playing with nasty thoughts. You're playing with impeccable thoughts about what you desire in your partner. How do you see him? Can you describe him or her? And then on that profile, so you have your picture, updated picture, you know, put one where you see your eyes, your smile, like somebody wants to see you. So they don't want to meet just a dark thing with glasses and all that. So just really, I mean, be sensitive and be, I mean, it's so common sense, right? All right. So you have your picture, and now you have your profile that describes that person. Now here's the key where we're missing the point often, is if you want him or her to be spiritual, he's fit, he's beautiful, he takes care of him, and she's this, she's that, but then spiritual for you means like nothing. You don't even know what the sense is. You just put this because it's fashionable. Or maybe you're like meditating like once a month. You know, you're not vigilant, you're not regular in your practices. So this is all energy that the other one is going to pick up on. So when you cross that person, being online, on the street, in a bar, whatever, when you cross that person, they won't recognize you. You're not vibrating, you're not matching who you're asking him or her to be. So I give another example, much more obvious. If you ask that he's fit or she is like in good shape and she has a beautiful body and stuff, well, if you're like 20 pounds overweight, that person is not going to see you either. Is not going to recognize you. Why? Because they're looking for somebody who's matching who they are. Now, I'm not saying that you know, a tall, thin man is not wanting to meet a heavier woman, and that happens. But just remember, it's also part of the energy that we have, and it matches. So the spiritual aspect, how you eat, how you drink, how you practice sport. Don't go and put that you practice sport 5 times a week when you go once a month. So again, it's all about being honest with who you are. It's being honest. It's creating an ad on a site is actually requiring us to look in the mirror and to be willing to face our stuff. And that's why a lot of people are missing that point. They are creating this persona that they are not. And so therefore they are questioning, why do I attract always the same type of people? They just want to have sex. They are like not free. They are still married, blah, blah, blah. And they go and they all point the finger all the time. But what it requires is just that simplicity and that impeccability about who you are. Okay, now I'm going to fast forward. Let's say you have created your profile in those beautiful lines and in that frame of love that I'm describing, and now you start to have multiple requests. Okay, and that's my case. I'll be honest with you, I have lots of requests, but I always, first of all, I always respond, and I respond with love, with respect, no matter how they treat me. Sometimes it's just like, hey, are you free tonight? It's like, obviously you haven't read my ad. And that's okay. Just be playful about it. That's where they're at. And you can just be polite and say, hey, thanks for stopping by. I wish you, and this is my line, I wish that you'll find this person is going to be complimentary in your life and that you'll be happy, right? So just be polite, be in love with you, with others that are coming into your circle, and not just with those who are beautiful the way you want them. There are sometimes people that are going to respond are not exactly matching your requirements, but maybe they have something else that they are bringing to the pot. So don't disregard those either. So that leads to be very specific in your profile. And mine has been extremely detailed to the point that some people were like, have you found Mr. Right already? Or Mr. Perfect? And you know what? It's like, some people say, well, you're never going to find that man. I mean, there are not many like that out there. And say, well, I only need one. So I have a desire, and to match who I am, this is what I see in my partner. And I'm not going to settle for anything less. And that is another mistake that I see a lot of people that are settling for something less. Or they have missed a big word that is very important for them, and then they attract somebody who is responding and it's not it. Well, if that's the case, then bless that person, and then make sure you add the missing word in your description. That way the person is not coming to you saying, well, I smoke. Oh, damn, I had forgotten to put, I want a non-smoker. Well, you just adjust and you say thank you, and it's all about love. Okay. And the last thing that I want to say, it's all about the sabotage. So you've now attracted someone, and he's matching all of the things, nearly one or two things, but are fixable. I mean, you cannot fix somebody who is like too thin or too big, or, the body shape and stuff. You can't change that. Well, yes, you can lose weight. I hear you. But if you are the opposite, which has happened to me, he's the man, he's like matching all of my criterias, but he's looking for a voluptuous woman. I'm like, I have a thin body, very athletic, feminine, and harmonious, but that's not the voluptuous, the big boobs and big butts and stuff. That's not me. So I'm like, if that word had been on your profile, buddy, I would not have engaged with you. And everything happens for a reason, right? So we learn and we dance with that, and it's all good. So, but here's the thing. If it's somebody who is having one or 2 points that need adjustments, then it's your calling, it's your duty, it's your responsibility to invite the other person in the dance. And I give an example. I met a man that was wonderful, but his spiritual consciousness level was not quite what I was really desiring. And instead of judging what I did, I could have said, okay, well, you're not the man because, but then there was such a beautiful feeling, and you gotta feel your heart. You gotta go into your heart. It's not your head who is going to decide that's the man for me or that's the woman for me. It's how you feel about that person, and how you are in his presence or her presence. It's how you are together, and it's what you do together. It's what you can create together. So there is a purpose, a divine purpose of being in a relationship, and we have forgotten that in this lifetime. The sacredness of relationship, the sacredness of sexuality, the sacredness of being a couple has been missed. There is no sense sometimes of how we behave, and it's like something like we've now got to the point we treat a relationship just like a cell phone or a computer or a car. Well, it's too old, I change it, right? Or it's not working, I change it. So we got to come back to our senses. There's a deeper meaning for a relationship. So the sabotage pattern is to push away the very person who could be a great match with you, the very person who could be bringing you lots of joy and lots of ease and possibly lots of amazing new things that you have not discovered. And I am a love coach, and I tell you, it might be a little bit intimidating for somebody to come and approach me, but I don't know everything about love, and I have my places where I can grow my love. My heart is still yearning to love, and I still feel those places where it's scared to love, and it's specifically scared to actually let the other one love, like 100%, guys. I'm talking 100%. Not the love, I love you, I buy you things, and this nonsense. No, I'm talking about the true divine love. So I have recognized I have places to grow there, and I will meet the man who might not be as spiritual and as, into the love dimension that I am, but he might be poking through my heart and take me to the next level of love. Because I know how to love, but it's like, at a 99%, 99.5%. But guys, even a 99.9%, that 0.1% missing is what creates the struggle. It's what's create the suffering, and it's what's create the conflicts in the relationship. So you will want now to decide to commit and to engage in a relationship with a 100%, meaning you're this hermetic container and there is no leakage. There's no leakage. You can still see a beautiful woman walking by and appreciate her shape, her boobs. We have eyes, is to appreciate beauty. Same thing with a guy. Just appreciate his beauty, appreciate his juice and his masculinity and all that. But you don't start to engage with those thoughts. And specifically guys, you're probably a little bit weaker than us women in that sense. It's like, and it's okay. We love you for that. That's how you are. And this is why we love you. But be cautious because those areas where you're leaking, you're actually diminishing your power. So this is all things that I'm going way more in details, and how you can gain your power, realign with your masculinity, your femininity, and how you can dance together. It's such an amazing, beautiful thing. So I can't wait to be with my partner again, wherever he is, and maybe we just need the time to adjust a few things, or to just decide, this is it, we're doing the ride together. But to have that joy in your stomach, in your heart, and feel it and live your life. This is the last thing I want to share, because and actually I just see that we're passing the time, but it's so juicy. This is my favorite topic in the world. This is so important, guys. We are here to have fun and to be joyful, right? So it's really about allowing yourself to live that love as if it was already there. So I'm living my life as if my man was already there. When I go for my walks, in nature every day, I do my exercise, I'm just with him. He's in my spirit, he's in my energy. And right after this talk here, I have a nice bath that's going to be ready for me, and I'm romancing myself. So if you can't do this for yourself, don't expect somebody else to come here and want to romance you and love you if you can't do this for you. So I hope that those few tips here have awakened in you the desire to be in love, the desire to be in love with life, in love with you, with life, and with another. And then you can expand and you can love and do great things in the world from that place, because you are in full alignment with love, with God, with the universe, with the source, with the greater plan. And it is that in that dimension that we are going to create a new world. It starts with love. So I hope you enjoyed this practice. And so for those of you who are going to be alone at Valentine, I would like strongly encourage you to and invite you to connect with me in private and say, hey, I'm alone at Valentine. We create a group and we have a little special times, how to handle Valentine alone, how to handle this phase where it's uncomfortable. And again, everything that I've discussed tonight, if you want to go deeper, just reach out to me, and I'm going to share the link where you find me. It's on the other new home of the Love Army, and I will share the link to reach out to us there and join us on this platform. Join us. There's lots of, not just about love. There's how to do, how to build, start with, or expand a business from a place of love. How to handle your physical health from a place of love, or you want to grow and you know, you want to change your nutrition, your food habits. Then it's all about love. And some people who are living and vibrating in that dimension that are going to be taking you there. So it's very beautiful. It's a sacred refuge. It's by invitation only, but I will post the link underneath this video because you are invited. You are my friends. You're connected here. You've spent the time here. If you've listened to the end of this video, you're one of us. So show up. It's time to create a new world from love, with love, and being in love. That's what we deserve. That's what we're here for, to live, love, and have fun. So practice full on this week. Focus on saying yes to love. That's your mission this week. Embrace what is. You're single, you're in a relationship, it's not very harmonious. How can you embrace it and transcend it and take it to the next level? Reach out. There's lots of help, and I love you. I will see you next Monday. Ciao, ciao.